Jaskirat Singh, Jaskirat Singh.
And what's your rank?
Private first class.
Right, first class. Okay. So, where are you from originally?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you live there your whole life?
Yes, born and raised.
So, what is your favorite part about Houston?
The nightlife.
The nightlife. Can you explain?
I mean, a lot of nice dinner places. There's a lot of clubs, anything like that, pretty much.
Okay. And you said you own a production company. Did you DJ at any of those clubs?
Yes, ma'am. I DJ'd at a Hispanic club. I've done a handful of clubs in in the Houston area.
Okay. So you had this production company, and somewhere along the way, you decided you want to become a Marine. What drove you to the Marine Corps?
So I made the decision I wanted to join the military before I even started the production company. So my first choice was honestly Air Force, but that ended up not going through, and I had a friend of mine joining the Marine Corps, and that's pretty much when I decided to make the change. So I started the entire process like my senior year of high school. After maybe about a year trying to join the Air Force, when the next class below mine, the class of 2021, when one of my friends in that class, pretty much he was like, I'm trying the Marine Corps. I know it's taking a while for your medical stuff to go through the Air Force. Why don't you try the Marine Corps? So I pretty much just walked into the recruiter's office, sat down, talked to them, talked about MOSs, and they had what I wanted, so I signed my contract.
Okay, so your MOS. What is your MOS?
Infantry.
Did you originally choose infantry?
No, ma'am.
Are you excited about falling on school?
Yes. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be an experience, nonetheless. But I don't think it's anything you can be ready for, but it's something I'm waiting for.
So you worked really hard to come to Marine Corps Recruit Training. Once you got here, did the experience live up to your expectations?
Yes, ma'am, and then some.
And how so?
Um, I mean, it wasn't as physically demanding as I thought it was gonna be. It was a lot more mentally demanding for me, pretty much.
What did you use? What did you fall back on in times of mental challenges?
Honestly, I fell back on the brothers we had in our platoon, as well as, I mean, fell back on God as well.
So throughout recruit training, what would you say was the most challenging part?
Honestly, I feel like it's the lifestyle adjustment that you go through in the beginning.
What is the lifestyle adjustment, and how did you finally adjust to it?
So I mean, coming in, it'd be like most people come in complacent and pretty used to living a normal life, not waking up early. So I mean, coming in receiving week, we woke up a lot early. We had three full meals a day. A lot of people don't do that already. So going from a pretty much a not so rigorous scheduled structure to having a very scheduled structure was the hardest part. And I mean, you slowly just get used to it. Building the bond and like relationship with complete strangers. I mean, it's a you're gonna go through a little friction, but I mean, just like just like brothers, you're gonna fight. You're gonna have your ups and downs, but I feel like that's what brings us closer together. Because at the end of the day, I know that they have my back no matter what. I mean, I think the reason I was chosen as a squad leader was honestly because I have marching experience already. I did ROTC in high school, so I feel like that's the main reason. And I mean, being in a leadership position in recruit training, I mean, it is a different experience, but I would say it's not a different experience from everyone else in the platoon. I mean, everyone gets IT, everyone goes through it, so it's pretty much the same. The feeling, I mean, earning the Eagle Gold Manager was a feeling of accomplishment for me. I mean, going through 3 months of like mental toughness and rigorous training, it was pretty much. I mean, I cried. So, I mean, it was a very emotional moment for me. I do have family coming to graduation. It's pretty much immediate family. I feel like they will notice a change. I, I think it's gonna be a lot of small little details, a lot of small little details. I mean, the way I carry myself, that's pretty much just gonna add up at the end. I mean, working with the Sikh coalition and the waiting time, it was working with them was. It feel like they were very accommodating. They were very they took a personal stride in my struggle to get here. So I developed a lot of friends, a lot of contacts there, and I mean it was a 2.5 year process, but they stuck through and I stuck through, and I'm here now. I mean, being the first Sikh Marine to go through basic training, and like honestly, for me is I just wanted to be a Marine. At the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't really change the fact. I mean, I'm just a Marine, but I mean, I didn't want to sacrifice religion at the cost of becoming a Marine. I mean, it is the First Amendment, right? So I mean, the beard, the turban. I mean, it's a crown given to us from our religion. The whole point behind it, having unshorn hair and keeping our beard, is like if God gave it to you, why would you want to get rid of it? The comb and bracelet pretty much the comb signifies cleanliness. I mean, you keep it in your hair, use it to clean, like comb your hair, keep the knots out. And the bracelet is kind of like a reminder to not ever raise your hand in violence unless it's needed. I mean, back home, I was pretty active in the Sikh temple. I mean, I did martial arts there. I taught martial arts. I played tabla, which is a traditional instrument back home. I'm fully classically trained in that, so I'm pretty involved in the Sikh community, and as well as like kind of getting our name out there. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it's gonna be like earning the title of Marine. I feel like it's gonna open our community's eyes that, hey, we've been here in the U.S. I mean, we're the 5th largest religion. We should be able to have the same rights as everyone else. But I mean, I feel like it should open the doors for a lot of other younger Sikhs that are looking to join any branch of service, honestly. I mean, the TED Talk short version of explaining the Sikh religion would be pretty much like, it's a very peaceful religion. I mean, we believe that there's one God, just goes by different names. I mean, different people call him by different names. And you have Muslims call him Allah. You have Christians just say God. I mean, we just believe it's the same higher up entity. There's just different ways to get to him. I would say my favorite drill instructor would be Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Walker, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is their job to push us, and I feel like he's the one that pushed us the most, brought me to pretty much my breaking point, and helped me get back up. I mean, comparing the ethos and code of conduct of being a Marine and like the core values of honor, courage, commitment, growing up in a Sikh lifestyle, I feel like that goes hand in hand pretty much what we were taught in our religion. You have to keep that honor, keep that pride of wearing the turban, keep the courage. I mean, Sikhism is a warrior-based religion at the end of the day. I mean, if you look through history, it's a very, very warrior-oriented religion. And then, I mean, commitment to faith, I feel like they go pretty much hand to hand at the end of the day. I mean, practicing my faith at recruit training, I mean, they let me tie my turban. I got time to do my hair, keep everything clean. We got prayer time every day. We got prayer time on Sundays. They even brought in copies of our holy scripture that we can pretty much read. So I feel like it was pretty well equipped. No, Willowbrook, RS Houston. Staff Sergeant Cleveland. I mean, Staff Sergeant Cleveland, I still keep in touch with him. He was pretty much, we were working hand in hand on getting the whole accommodation, so I feel like he was a big help for me to get here. So my first name, Jaskirat, I believe it means like peaceful warrior. As being a Marine, you have the whole warrior aspect, you know, first to fight and everything. But at the end of the day, we also have a very high moral code of, you know, being peacekeepers. So I feel like my name and the Marine Corps pretty much mean the same thing.